Good afternoon, dear students. Welcome to today's computer class. Did you all attend the Google meeting? Those who have attended, I really appreciate all the students, and I hope you have heard about some information about this algorithms and flowcharts before the video class. Was it interesting? Yes, that's good. Okay. So today we are going to continue with the same chapter, algorithm and flowcharts. Fine. Okay. So first tell me what is mean by algorithm. Yes, algorithm is a step-by-step procedure to solve a particular problem or to accomplish a task. What has the same meaning? Okay, to solve a problem or to accomplish a task. It's called algorithm. It's a step-by-step procedure. So when we do this, before writing any computer program, we should write the algorithm for the program. I mean how to solve the particular program or how to write a particular program. That we have to write it step by step in a normal English language, which is called algorithm. So when you write an algorithm, what happens? Is there any useful thing in algorithm? Why we are writing? Yes. Before doing any task, we have to think about what we have to do. Okay? And we have to write it in a piece of paper, the step-by-step procedure, what we are going to perform. If we do so, when we execute that or do the particular work, it will be easy for us to go forward. Okay. So say for example, when your mother cooks in a kitchen, first she will think about the ingredients she need for the food preparation, right? So she will make it ready before cooking, and then she will go and cook, take all the things whatever she needs, and she will cook it, right, and give you a delicious food. But without knowing or without thinking what you have in your kitchen, and if you go to prepare any dish without having the proper ingredients, will it be easy to prepare your dish? If you are not having a particular ingredient, then the dish won't be good, right? Tasty. So you have to go to the shop and you have to buy. It's a time consuming. So what your mother is doing before getting inside the kitchen, she's making sure that she has all the ingredients in the kitchen. And if it is not there, in prior to cooking, she is buying everything and stocking in the kitchen. She is not going to shop each and every time and buying the items, right? Whenever it is required for a monthly basis or a weekly basis, they will buy and stock it. And whenever it is required, they will use it. Similarly, algorithm, it's a step-by-step procedure. Before doing any work, we have to write down the steps, where I have to start, what I have to do next. Similarly, algorithm is a step-by-step procedure. If you are going to do any work, first you have to think about what you're going to do. Then you should have a planning. That planning you have to write step by step. How to start it? What is the first point? How to start it? What is next? What is next? If it works like this, what is the output I will get? If it doesn't work, what I will get? So that planning you should have. That is called algorithm. Clear? Okay, so already we studied algorithm for simple algorithms for adding two numbers, multiplying and dividing, right? So multiplying and dividing I have given as a homework. Am I right? So first we will discuss the homework part, then I will move on to another type of algorithm. Okay, well, so the homework is how to multiply two numbers. Write an algorithm to multiply two numbers. Write an algorithm to multiply two numbers. Okay, so what is the procedure? Step 1, I'm going to multiply two numbers. So I have to take two numbers as input. Okay, so first is, take first number. What is the number name you're going to give? Is there any restriction for giving a name for the number? No restriction. You can give any name as you like, but let it be a valid name. Okay, that should be suitable for the question. So I'm going to take it as x is the first variable. Okay, x is the first number. Then step 2, take the second number. I'm going to take it as y. Okay. Then step 3. Step 3, what is the step 3? The two inputs I have taken. So next one, it's a after input, it's a processing. So what is a process? I have to multiply. I have to multiply. So calculate. Calculate. Okay. So for multiplication, the result we call it as product. Okay. So I'm going to use the word product is equal to x into y. It's a product. Okay. So processing is also over. Then what is next? Yes, now we have to display the answer, right? So display the result. So step 4, display the result. Where does the result is stored in? In product, right? Result, product. Over. So this is the way you have to write answer for how to multiply two numbers. Algorithm to multiply two numbers. Got it? So those who have done wrongly, please correct it. Okay. Well, the next question is how to divide two numbers. How to divide two numbers. So let me make small changes over here. So here next algorithm is how to divide. So as usual, the first number I'm taking it as x, second number I'm taking it as y, then calculate. What we are going to calculate? Calculation here, it's a division. So when we divide, what do we get? When we divide two numbers, what do we get? We get quotient. See, 10 divided by 5. How do you divide? 2 5s are 10. So what do we call it as? Quotient. So the answer we are getting, it's called quotient, right? So I'm going to give a name for the result as quotient. Calculate quotient. Quotient is equal to x divided by y. What is the result? Result is quotient. So this is the answer for algorithm for dividing two numbers. Clear? Okay. So all of you make a note of in your computer notebook. If you have already done, correct it. Fine. So let's go to the next type of algorithm. The next question is write an algorithm to find the largest of two numbers. So two numbers are given. You have to say which number is the greatest number. For that you have to write the algorithm. Okay. So let me write the question. Write an algorithm to find largest of two numbers. Two numbers. Okay. So did you understand the question? Two numbers are there. You have to find which number is the greatest number. Okay. If I say the number directly, 10 and 15, what do you say? You say, right, let me write here, 10, 15. So which is greatest? You obviously say that 15 is the greatest number, right? Then my next question, which is greatest? 5 and 1. 5, 1. Which is greatest? It is 5 is greater, right? 5 is greater than 1. So I have written numbers two times. First time 10 and 15. When I write 10 and 15, the second number, it's the biggest number, largest number. In the second example, 5, 1. The first number, it's the largest number. Am I right? So it differs. Okay. Depends upon the number. The first number may be the largest number or the second one may be the largest number. Right? So while writing program, are we writing the numbers? When we add numbers, did we take numbers directly? No, right? We have taken numbers as variables like a, b, c, d, x, y, z, or num1 and num2. You can take it with any name. We are not taking it directly as granted. So how do you identify? If I say, for example, I'm taking A and B. So is A is greater or B is greater? How do you say? It's not possible, right? So you should have a two-way of answering. If A and B are given, maybe A greater than B or B is greater than A. There are two possibilities are there. There are two possibilities. If I take A and B, which is greater? You can't find out. You can't say because it is just variable names, letters I have. So there are two possibilities. Sometimes A may be greatest number, otherwise B may be greatest number. Clear? So when we take it as a variables, there are two possibilities, two ways of answers. One is A is greater, otherwise B will be greater. Okay, so let's see how to write algorithm for the same. Okay, step one. As usual, you have to take first two numbers as input. Okay, so take first number. First number, let me take it as A. Okay, first number A. Step 2, take second number. Let me write it capital A, otherwise you may get confused. Okay, second number B. So step 3. Normally, what is a step 3? We will take an input. After the input, we have to calculate. We have to do the process, right? So here, are we going to make any calculation? No. Instead of calculation, we are going to make a decision. What decision we are going to make? Is A is greater or B is greater? That is a decision we are going to make it. Okay. So how to make it means we have to ask, is A greater than B? Is A greater than B? Question mark. It's a question we are asking. So the question has how many answers? As I said, which has two answers. Yes, A is greater. What is another answer? No, B is greater. So these are the two answers, right? So whatever answer you get it, what would be the next step? Once you get the answer, in the previous algorithms, what we have done, we displayed the result. So here also we have to display the result. So if A is greater, then what is the result we have to say? Display A is the largest number. If B, what do you have to say? Display B is the largest number. That is what we have to write. Okay. So let me write it here. Is A greater than B? The two options we are going to write. Yes. If yes. If it is yes, go to the next step. Okay. Go to step 4. Okay. Then if no. If no, first let me write step 4. Okay. Display A is the largest number. Okay. If no, what we have to say? If no, that means B. If no, B is greater. That also we have to display in the fifth step. Go to step 5. So what would be the step 5? It is no. No means A is not greater. Then who is greater? B is the greatest number. Okay. So display B is the greatest or largest number. That's all over. Clear? So input, we have taken two numbers. Processing, here we are not making calculations. We are making a decision. We are taking decision which one is greater, A or B. We have to compare the two numbers. when we compare the numbers, sometimes the first number A may be greater or sometimes the second number B may be greater. So if yes, if no. Okay, otherwise we have to, what we have to do. So that is what we have written. Is it clear for everyone? That's good. All of you, please copy this in your computer notebook. Pause the video, copy, and then again play. Okay. Let us write another algorithm with the same procedure. Okay. So here, what algorithm we are going to write is, we have to get the marks from the students. Okay. The computer science mark out of 100. Okay. If a student scores greater than 40, that means they are pass. If it is less than 40, then the student is failed. Okay, so did you understand? So we are going to write an algorithm, okay, to check the student got pass mark or fail mark. Pass or fail. Okay, so pass in the sense, if the mark is greater than 40, then he is pass. Okay, if it is less than 40, then he is fail. Got it? Okay, shall we write? Okay. So you have to write the question. Write an algorithm to not find the larger of two numbers. You have to, so write an algorithm to find the result of a student. The result of the student. So here it is basically based on marks. So what is the input we should get it from you? So first we have to take the input as marks. Okay, take the student's mark. Okay, so step 1, take the student mark. Student's mark. So what is the name we can give? Shall we give mark itself? M-A-R-K, capital letter I am giving. So take the student's mark as mark. Okay. So what is step 2? Do we need to take another input here? No, right? We are just taking only one mark, only one particular subject. So only one input is enough. Okay, fine. So next is the process. Are we going to make any calculation? No, we are not going to make any calculations. Instead, we are going to check what is this mark. If the mark is greater than 40, then we have to display you are pass. Otherwise, we have to say, if no, what we have to say? Failed. Okay, so shall we write step 2? Step 2 is, yes, mark greater than or is equal to 40. 40 greater than or is equal to 40. So how many possibilities are there? Maybe greater than 40 or sometimes it may be lesser than 40. So two possibilities are there. Yes or no. Okay. So first option, if yes, go to the next step. Okay. What is the next step? Step 3. Okay. So here step 3. Okay. Display pass. Okay, then if no, otherwise, if no, go to step 4. So what is step 4? Display fail. So this is the way we have to write algorithm. Clear? Okay, so two ways. One way it's making calculations that we studied in the previous class. How to add two numbers, multiply, divide and everything. Today we studied about how to write algorithm to take a decision. When we take a decision, we have to think about both sides. Okay, is it possible or not possible? If it is possible, what result we have to display? If it is not possible, what we have to display? So both we have to specify in the algorithm. Okay, after writing an algorithm, when we do it in the computer, we have to follow the same steps. Then we never make any mistake in our program. At the first attempt itself, we can do it perfectly. Got it? Okay, this is a way we write algorithms. Fine, students, that's good. Okay, so this is all for today's class. In the next class, I will teach you about flowcharts. Okay, it's probably after this Christmas holidays, I will be teaching you how to create flowcharts. Got it? That's good, students. And happy vacation, and enjoy your vacation, as well as if there is any homework, please do it. Okay. Thank you. Have a great day and advanced Happy New Year too.